Hey everybody, welcome back. This week we're gonna do actually something a little bit different. Uh, what I'm planning on doing for a little bit is, um, sorry, what I'm planning on doing for a little bit is basing some characters off of the Animal Crossing series and kind of turning them into people. I know that a lot of people have done this, but I did have several people request this, and I think it'd be really fun to try and do it. So here we go. Very first, I wanted to start off with Annabelle because she is one of my, or Isabelle. I'm so sorry. I just called her Annabelle. Isabelle. Oh my gosh. The entire Animal Crossing fandom, please just kick me out. I don't deserve to be here anymore. Isabelle. But she's just such a sweet, fun character. She's always so perky, full of life. I love her so much. If you've played any Animal Crossing game, then you are pretty familiar with her. From what I understand, she's in every single one, as along with Tom Nook, which I don't know why. I don't really like Tom Nook, so we'll see if we actually get around to drawing him. If anybody requests it, I might try to do it, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know, he just always struck me as kind of like a shady character, and I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure if it's because his eyes are like so closed, if because, you know, you have to pay him the money because you're millions of bells in debt because he added to your house, because, you know, that makes sense and is totally fair sounding. Like, geez, Tom, I know the housing market is bad, but you can't abandon me on your island and expect me just to be willing to pay all that. Never mind the fact that I can pick up seashells and find bugs and sell them. That is beside the point. I might have to do Blathers next, though. I do love Blathers. And his little sister. What is his little sister's name? Stella? Maybe? She's the one that loves the stars, and I love her. She's so cute. What about you guys? Do you have a favorite Animal Crossing character? Or is maybe there a villager that you're just ecstatic whenever they come to your island? I will say there is a very popular cat. I forget his name, but he has 2 different colored eyes, he has glasses, and he has like this tuft of white hair on his head. He apparently is very popular, and if you look him up, there's lots of fan art made about him, and apparently people find this cat very attractive. Something I don't understand, but you know, if you stand for this cat, then go for it. I am not here to stop you. I'm just here to try and spread love and make art. Wow, that sounds like such a hippie thing. Maybe I am hippie now. You never really know. No, I'm too emo to be a hippie. I also really don't know what it takes to be a hippie. Maybe I am. Can I be an emo hippie? Is that a thing? I feel like to be a hippie you have to be wearing like bright colored clothes and be outside. I'm not outside very often. I'll go and walk sometimes up and down our road. That's about the extent of it. No, I guess Andrew and I do go on camping trips, and it's not like we just hide inside the whole time. We do like to hike around and be out in nature. But if I am just at home, I'm not going to be outside very much. Which is odd because I was always outside a lot as a kid. I didn't want to be as a kid, but I was. Even as a kid, I'd much rather just have been inside drawing than being outside. When I was outside, I typically would climb a tree with SketchBook in hand and try to draw while I'm in the tree. Never turned out really well, because I don't know if you've ever tried to draw while in a tree. It's not easily done. It's actually quite difficult to do. Mostly just because you have to find an easy enough place to sit. And if you've ever been in a tree, most trees are not made for your rump. At least the branches. We should file some kind of complaint. against the tree committee. Give me branches or give me a cushion. I don't know. I don't want to sound patronizing to some of the founding fathers. We have enough political drama going on. I don't need to add to it. If you guys are wondering, I am not going to make a political... Whoa! What did you do? Okay, that's so much better. I am not going to make a big point to be political here. I want to be free of politics. I want this to be a fun, safe place where we, again, make art and spread love. There's enough hate in the world. I really don't need to be adding to it. I will say Animal Crossing was never a game I would originally have seen myself playing. I wasn't really interested in a lot of the... I'm not even sure what you would call this kind of game. Farming kind of game, I guess? I don't really know. Oh, her arm was a little bit too chubby compared to the other one. Not that there's anything at all wrong with chubby arms. I just want them to match each other in this particular image. That looks better. But I typically would play like adventure, puzzle kind of games, particularly Legend of Zelda series games. Ocarina of Time was what hooked me in. My dad had bought it for our Wii. Grew up in a super strict house, so at first we weren't allowed to play it because it had magic in it. My dad didn't even typically play it in front of us kids. But as we got older, I was finally kind of allowed to play it. I do mean kind of allowed. And yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, this video game is amazing. You can explore the world and you have to save the princess and you have to fight the bad guy. I'm the good guy, I'm the hero. And it was really a world that I could control. Because at the time I felt like I didn't have control of a lot of aspects of my life. This was something that I could control. I chose the outcome of it. I chose what we did. And I think that's what really drew me into that. I will say, I think that that is a good thing, but I also think that you have to be very, very careful with that, because there's absolutely an extreme way to take that. And you can go too far off the other end. Don't put it on that layer, it's not where I wanted you. But there is absolutely a balance. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. For any of my Marvel nerds out there, you're welcome. Maybe I should do Marvel characters too at some point. I think my favorite Marvel character is probably Spider-Man or X-23. Which ironically is one of the most well-known characters and one of the least known characters, I feel like. For those of you who don't know, X-23 is whenever they tried to remake the Wolverine, because he kind of broke out of his test center. He was Experiment X, which just meant 10, because he was the 10th one. And he broke out, so they had to try and replicate it, because I guess they didn't have his file or something. I don't remember. Probably also depends on what universe you're in and what timeline, I guess. But anyway, X-23 was the 23rd experiment of trying to remake the Wolverine. So she has a really cool backstory. I won't spoil it for any of you who want to look into that, but I would highly recommend it. I also just appreciate female characters, obviously. As a female, I feel that there should be more female superheroes. I feel like they could have done so much more, like for example with Black Widow in the Avengers. I feel like they could have done so much more with her, and they just didn't. She has an amazing backstory. She's really an absolutely incredible character, and I just feel like they didn't do her justice. I feel like that was mostly she was there because she was a female character, so points for girls, yay! And it's actually like you're not even taking it seriously. So no, I'm not going to give you points for putting just a girl in the movie. Wow, I have a lot of soapboxes, don't I? But you know, when there's nobody else around to comment on it, I just am able to rant as much as I want. I'm not sure rant is the right word. I don't feel like I rant. I just have opinions on a lot of things. Is that ranting? No, I don't think it's ranting. I think it's something different. Now, I'm actually kind of redoing this. You'll notice I'm not using the fill tool this time. Last time, so I actually have already done a picture of this. I didn't save it because I got mad. But I was trying to record, and I didn't realize until much, much later that it actually wasn't recording. I was just talking to the air. Made me so very mad. Almost didn't want to finish recording tonight, but I'm like, I probably should because my classes start tomorrow. That's probably going to date this video a little bit. I try to make videos up in advance, so if I have classes or if I have other responsibilities, the videos will not stop. I've always heard that being a good whatever poster means coming out with content on a regular basis. So if I want to try and do anything on this platform, I'm going to try my best to hold to that standard. Probably just erase some of this. I'm not sure I'm going to erase all of the detail because I don't think I really need to, because I'm probably going to draw over some of it. Let me just shrink the eraser just a little bit. Yeah, because I'm probably going to like draw over the hands, and they'll be in their own layer on top. Let's see. I'm sure you've noticed that I've been color swatching over here on Isabelle. Oh my gosh, why do I keep calling you Isabelle? Annabelle. I know what her name is, guys. I promise. Please don't kick me out of the Animal Crossing fandom. I promise. I know what I'm doing. I've been color swatching her so that at least my colors will be similar to the original Isabelle. I think that will just help everybody see that this is Isabelle and not just some random girl. Oh, but on the previous note, I had used the fill tool last time I was drawing this, and it left white streaks all over the side, which I just didn't feel like having to clean up. So, in my mind, coloring the whole thing in is easier than filling in the lines. In what world does that make sense? I don't know. In my little head it does. So that's what we're going to go with, because this is my YouTube video. And I'm going to do it how I want to. Unless you guys tell me otherwise, in which case I'll probably apologize, retract the video. Retract? Redact? Retract. I don't know. I don't English well, guys. If you'd like to see me learn English, please leave a like and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the video. The channel. I told you I'm not good with English, guys. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm making YouTube videos, evidently. I'm trying to hide from my schoolwork I have coming up tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, I love school. I really, really do. But just the pressure of trying to perform well. I'm trying to get a scholarship into another school. I'm at a community college right now, and I'm hoping to pursue a bachelor's in graphic design. So right now, at the community college I'm at, you can't get a bachelor's, you can only get an associate's. So I'm trying to finish up my associate's so I can get my bachelor's. It's just stressful, guys. So please don't come after me. I promise I am a good Englisher, yes. Yes, I do the English as well, babe, yes. If you guys have seen the ASDEF reels, then you might know what I'm referencing there. For those of you who don't, I suppose I could explain. There is a cow that dresses up as a person and tries to kind of swoon this girl, and like everybody that's watching the video can tell he's a cow, but of course it's just not very obvious to the people in the video, and it's all animated. But the cow says to the girl, he's like, "Yes, babe, I am real boy. Let's go skateboards, yes?" My husband and I reference that the whole ASDEF series far too often. Before you ask, I'm not really sure what ASDEF stands for. I think it's the studio name that came out with it. I really couldn't tell you for sure. I will warn you, if you look it up, it does have some dark and crude humor. Please be forewarned. But it is also just really funny. No, I forgot her legs. How could I forget her legs? Poor Isabelle. I thought about giving her a tail too, just to kind of add to it. But I'm not really sure I want to make her into a furry. So I think I'm just going to avoid that for now. Maybe in another video I'll add a tail to her. Not this one. This video's not for that. You know what? I'm just going to do this and then clean it up. Sometimes it's easier to say in the lines, sometimes it's just easier to clean it up. Because unlike in traditional art, I can add over and just erase in a separate layer, and it doesn't affect that right there. Isn't that a beautiful thing, guys? Let's see. Now we just need to do her shirt. I think I'm gonna add her a choker, like kind of like this little bow, I think. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna darken up the background so that I can actually see where I'm drawing, because I'm not using exactly white. Drop it down just a little bit more. I'm not going to be using exactly white, but it's pretty close to white. So I want to be able to make sure that I can see everywhere that I'm placing it. So as long as it's any color besides white, I wouldn't recommend yellow just because it's very bright. For me, it hurts my eyes. And it doesn't really show up that well. Another great thing about that is that you can kind of see spots where I've missed. Mostly just right here in the arm, because it's right here in front of my face. Oh no, I'm adding that to the skin layer. What am I doing? Guys, help. Send help. Please help. What would my channel be if not for memes? Is that a Gen Z thing or a millennial thing? I'm not really sure. Not really sure it matters. I don't think it does at all. But apparently it does to some people. What do you guys think? I was born in 1997. Am I Gen Z or am I millennial? I always kind of identify as a millennial. Just because I feel that that's what I am. But again, I'm not entirely certain. So if you guys are sure, please let me know. I'm just a confused baby child. Trying to make a living doing what I love. I'm gonna go back to this later and just touch up a little bit where I missed. There. Anything else? Just a little bit right there. It looks like I over erased just a little bit too much. It's always helpful to have a different background color other than white and something different than any color that you're using here. Oh gosh, look at her eyes. That's terrifying. Let's turn that back to white because I don't want to look at that anymore. Oh, that looks so much better. Sorry for anybody watching that has eyes like that. I gave her a little clipboard because I feel like she's always on the task. Always doing what she needs to get done. Always keeping Tom Nook in line. Such a good studious little gal. I love her. I did the mermaid challenge last year and I forget whose Instagram page it was. I will try to leave a comment about it or something once I find her. But one of the prompts for May was Belle. And my favorite Disney princess is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So that originally was what I was going to do as a mermaid. But then, for whatever reason, I thought of Isabelle. I was like, oh, Isabelle's going to be a cute little mermaid. Gonna make her her own little mermaid. And she was actually adorable. Just so y'all know. She was heckin' adorable. How did I not notice this white right here? You gotta love the little bitty touch-ups you do. Because it's always whenever I think I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so close to being done here. Nope. Look at all these little things I gotta do. I feel like I'm like that in real life too. It's like I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. Oh, do I have earbuds? Do I have my sketchbook? Everywhere I go, I take my sketchbook and my earbuds with me. I am an introverted person by nature. So if I have my earbuds in, and if I have my sketchbook out in my lap, that is a universal, please don't talk to me. Please leave me in my own little world, and just leave me alone. Some people don't seem to understand that, because they will come up and talk to me. Which my favorite thing is whenever they ask me, oh, did you draw that? While the pencil is in my hand. Like, no. My pencil was just dancing on the paper. Of course I didn't draw that. Don't be silly. Oh my gosh. Like, what did they expect me to say? Really, did they expect me to say no? Oh gosh, no. Sorry, that had nothing to do with this. That was obviously... the size of that was a little bit too strong, as well as the strength of that's a little bit too strong. There we go. But it's always like, really? What did you expect? Are you hoping that I'm gonna say no? I just found this piece of paper and slept it in my sketchbook? That's no. Just no. Crazy? People weird me out sometimes. Give her a little bitty highlight down here. I always like double highlights. I think it just makes them look cuter. Whoa! Didn't mean to zoom out that much. With Sketchbook Autodesk, which is the application that I use, and my tablet, I have to scroll with the mouse wheel in and out to zoom in and out of my pictures. And if I click it wrong, it will often just kind of go berserk on me. That highlight is too big. Some of those things you can't even really notice until you zoom out. Whoa. I think it's still a little bit too big. What do you guys think? Like the video if you think it should be smaller. Subscribe to my channel if you think it should be whatever the opposite of what I just said was. I have the memory of a walrus. I don't know how walrus's memory is, but I'm assuming it's not very good. I'm sorry, any walruses watching this video right now. Why does that look green? It really looks green. Alright, I'm gonna start shading now, I think. And I've told you guys how I like to shade. I'm just gonna do that. I did discover something today that I'm actually, or the other day, I'm sorry, that I'm actually kind of excited to show you guys. Because I think it makes the art look a little bit better. And anytime we can make art look better, that's what we want, right? Yeah! Yay us! Struggling artists trying to make it look as best as we can. So the people that pay for it don't want to murder me, please. Obviously nobody's paying me to do this YouTube video. I wish YouTube was, but alas. But you know what, if I was gonna get a sponsorship, I'd like to get one from SketchBook, because this layer right here, no, just let me show it. I want to show it off. Do you see this? Do you see this beautiful? Oh, because of the opacity so low. There we go. You see this that I sketched out in my notebook, in my sketchbook? This is an sketchbook. Yay! They actually do have really good sketchbooks. I love the quality of them. The shape is perfect for me. I throw it in a bag. I can take it anywhere with me. Again, this is not paid. I would love it if it was, but alas. But yeah, they're great sketchbooks. They are a little bit pricey, but to me, they're worth it because I do use my sketchbook all the time. And I'm totally one of those people that every time I go to Hobby Lobby, even Walmart sometimes, I will find a new sketchbook because, oh, it's so cute, or oh, this one feels like it has nice paper. Of course, until you take it home and try it out. But I have been a snob about sketchbooks ever since I got the first one. Another YouTuber I watch, Drawing with Waffles, which she's an amazing artist too. Please go check her out. She's so much better than I am. Why are you watching my videos when you could be watching hers? But she highly recommended sketchbooks, and so I tried it out, and I'm so glad I did. Sketchbook, if you want to sponsor me, please. I'll take free sketchbooks. I'll take money. I'll take candy. I will work for candy, yo. I'm not high maintenance. I am high maintenance, but I'm not. Please. Okay, so we know how muddy that looks. We're gonna turn up the size of that bad boy and just blend her out. Just like all my sorrows and worries in life. If I can't blend it out... Wait, what? If I can blend it out, it's not even there, right? That's how this works. We are going to clean up just a little bit. Don't want this dirty halo effect on my girl. I have to blend it out one more time. We'll see how it goes. No, I like that there. And so I feel like in my sketchbook, I use all sorts of different mediums. Like I'm never really sure what my medium is. Lately it's been markers and pen, which I really love. I also have always loved pencils, colored pencils. And I will say, sketchbook takes all of it. It really does. If I rub too hard, of course, my inks will bleed, what I do is I just put another scratch piece of paper behind my work so that it doesn't bleed too much behind it. And of course, if you use paint on it, it does warp a little bit, but it's nowhere near as bad as any other sketchbook I've ever dealt with. So I highly recommend Elo sketchbooks. I don't know, everybody go storm Elo sketchbook and tell them to sponsor me. Except maybe don't, because I feel like they would hate that and probably hate me for it. Who knows, they might charge me extra after that. But yeah, next time you're in the market for a new sketchbook, go try out Elo sketchbooks. It's ILLO. Okay, so the new thing I wanted to show you guys is the shading is done, right? I've dropped the opacity. She's gonna turn it back up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna, oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. So I've played with the opacity a little bit of this layer. What I'm actually gonna do is, I think it was color dodge? No, not color dodge. Overlay. And you see it actually softened it a lot. That's it without it. That's it with it. It actually kind of changed the colors to match what it was on. I've noticed that it doesn't really do very well with very light colors. You can see like in her skin it didn't do much, and on the white shirt it didn't do much at all. But like, for example, on the blue here, it just turned it into a darker shade of blue. On this skin down here, you can really see how much it did it. So you know what I'm actually going to do? Go back to normal. See how this is so dark? I'm going to try and darken this part up here, and we'll see how that goes. If that makes it more noticeable. Maybe I should do it with the shirt too. Again, I'm still trying to figure this out, guys. I am not a professional. I'm working towards it, but I promise I'm not a professional. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I'm not kidding, most of the time. The vast majority of the time I have no clue what I'm doing. By golly, I'm gonna put a smile on my face and pretend like I do. Because that's customer service, right y'all? I was an assistant manager at a car shop, and one of the guys was telling me that, you know, they knew so much more about cars than I did, and I think it was because I was a woman. But I kind of let him have it, and I was like, you know what, you probably do know more about cars than I do. He's like, oh yeah? Then why are you the assistant manager and I'm not? I'm like, well, because I know how to smile better than you do. And honestly, that was the biggest part of it. Getting there, they didn't really care how much you knew about cars. They really didn't. Because at the place I was working at, they would teach you. They would teach you all you need to know about cars. Extra knowledge was great, but it wasn't necessary to get the job. What they really cared about was customer service. And if you could smile at the people and tell them that we're going to fix your car no matter what, even though you weren't really sure what was wrong with it, then by golly, that was going to mean more to the company than anything else. So once again, I'm going to try to overlay this and see what it does. That's a little bit better, I think. It still didn't do much on the white, but that's okay, because I'm going to do another layer, and we're going to just shade the shirt now. But we're just about done, I think. Actually don't want it quite that dark. Well, whatever. We're going to lighten it up, right? Shirt collars always confuse me. I've never been very good at shirt collars. I've always drawn them the same. From certain angles, it's just, I don't know what they're doing. Even in real life, I try to iron my husband's shirts and I don't know what I'm doing with those. Don't tell my mom. Okay. And there we have it, guys. I'm actually really happy with the way this turned out. I think it's super cute and super adorable. Oh my goodness, hold up, the choker, the choker. We can't forget the choker. I don't know why that turned into its own little song, but whatever. That's a little bit too thick. There we go. I like that. I'm gonna go right there. We will go into this layer just to add the color. Nope. And I said that completely sarcastically. Please don't come after me. I am not a Visco girl. I don't understand Visco girls. But there we go. There is Isabelle. Suggest and comment below anything you think I should be doing, any characters I should do. I am open to suggestions. By all means, let me know, and I will try to accommodate you guys. If you haven't played Animal Crossing, it is a really fun game. I would definitely recommend it. It is rated E, I believe. It's super sweet, it's super innocent, it's super fun, and yeah. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next week. Bye!